Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Fraser McKenzie here. Welcome to the start of tonight's Extreme Racing League coverage. Season 3, Round 14 at the Temple of Speed, Monza, for the Italian Grand Prix. And with me in the commentary box, as always, is Mr. Harry Willits. Harry, welcome along this evening. How are we this fine Sunday evening?
Fine, and I'm really buzzing to get XRL back again.
Yeah, like I said, folks, we had a couple of weeks off. We were meant to have a race a couple of weeks ago at Monza, but because of the horrific crash that we saw at Bahrain a couple of weeks ago involving Romain Grosjean, mercifully he was okay, just burns to his hands and his feet, and he's decided that he's not going to be racing in Formula 1 next season to focus on his recovery, and I don't blame him in the slightest. But we hope to see him back behind the wheel racing elsewhere in the near future. It's a pretty emotional day for Formula 1 fans because it's been a season to remember in a lot of ways, and today witnessed the end of this season. Max Verstappen winning at Abu Dhabi with Bottas second and Hamilton in third. Vettel said farewell to Ferrari. Perez, that was gutting for his last race at Racing Point. He won at the Sakir Grand Prix just last week as well. First Mexican to win a race since 1967. But nevertheless, what I can also say right now is a massive congratulations to this season's Formula 2 champion in the form of Mick Schumacher. He will be driving for Haas F1 next season. Racing Point is going to become Aston Martin. We have also got Renault becoming Alpine Racing, donning the colours of the French flag as well, among many other things that have happened over the course of the last couple of weeks. A big hot button topic for the last week especially is regarding one of Haas's signings for 2021, Nikita Mazepin. Hasn't exactly portrayed himself that well on social media over the course of the last week. An inappropriate video, we won't go into too much detail regarding that, but an inappropriate video surfaced, and it landed him and Haas in a lot of hot water. Now, if this was me, I'm sorry, but I don't care how much money Nikita and his daddy have in their bank accounts, but if I was running an F1 team, I'd be looking for a driver that is A, talented, and B, shows strong professional etiquette away from the track. And that includes being on social media. So my first pick wouldn't have been Mazepin. It would have been Mr. Callum Ilott, the man who finished second in the Drivers' Championship to Mick Schumacher. I've been informed there's some stream lags, so see if I can fix that relatively, but not much I can do about that at the moment.
Well, we've got Ledger.
But nevertheless,
We've got Ledger on the first lap. We're in this circuit.
Absolutely. Yep. Let's go for a lap around this legendary circuit. He's coming up to the Retifilia chicane. One of 3 chicanes on this track. Going around this long, sweeping right-hander of the corner known as Curva Grande. Coming up to the Della Rosia chicane. Brakes down to 70. 90 for the exit of the chicane. And then coming through the 2 Lesmos. Without a doubt, the fastest track on the calendar as far as the speeds you can reach. Coming down this second DRS straight, now coming up to the legendary Ascari chicane, named after the legendary Italian Formula 1 champion. Italy's only F1 champion, believe it or not. Alberto Ascari, champion in 52 and 53. We had a yellow flag for one of the Red Bulls at the Della Roja chicane. Now coming up to the Parabolica is Ledger. Last corner. Don't go too wide, otherwise you might invalidate the lap. Coming down the main straight now and across the line. First lap of the day, 1:19.680.
And you got Lopez, the boss, is next across the line, and he goes 1:20.0, so that's second for him.
4/10 off Ledger. That's a very respectable time for Lopez. He would have been celebrating long into the small hours after seeing Sergio Perez win at Sakhir just last week. Penku with a 1:19.5, Sack with a 1:19.2, and while we're getting that out of the way, let's run through quickly the lineup for this evening. We've got Sack, Penku, Ledger, Lopez, Tamer, Sasha, Ultimate, Philip Nilsson, Path, Wise, Hazel, Ollie, Danny, Anderson, Mon, Waddington, Manea, JBL, Hurricane, and Low. Ultimate almost into the 118s with a 1:19.064.
For some reason, Wise is on mediums in Q1. That is not good.
Maybe he feels he's able to get through to Q2 on the mediums, which works in his favor because it gives him an extra set of soft tires to play with in the latter parts of qualifying. And just wide at the second les mode. So Harry, if you were in Steiner's position and you saw the etiquette of Mazepin on social media, would you have replaced him with Ilott as well?
Yeah, I would, because Ultimate's gone.
Ultimate's gone. Oh, the Ascari chicane has claimed its first victim of the day.
Gotta go slowly.
First victim of the day. And well, that's one driver out. He will be gutted. He'll be out with a point to prove heading into the race.
Yeah, but
so we've gone through the
back to what I was saying.
Sorry, on you go.
I would definitely replace him with Calm Ilott. Yeah, and the thing is as well, with Calm Ilott, where he'll have to stay probably in F2 for next season, with him not having a drive.
But the problem there is he doesn't even have a seat in F2 next season.
Yeah, he's in a big predicament.
Yeah.
And also, Danny Gaffert was saying in an interview that Yuki Tsunoda might be getting the AlphaTauri seat.
I wouldn't be at all surprised. I mean, Tsunoda is a very strong contender. I mean, third place in the Formula 2 Championship. I mean, picture this for a teammate combination: Red Bull Racing, Max Verstappen, Yuki Tsunoda for 2022. What a combo that would be!
It would be a good combo, and it could. Like, if Red Bull had that package to deliver for championships, then they could do well.
So Wise just coming across the line with a 1:21.0. Danny's invalidated. Let's see what Waddington has in store. He's just started his lap. So before I forget, let's get into the standings because we've had a few weeks off. So some of these drivers will have had some practice. Some of them will be a little bit rusty. So hopefully not too rusty especially for the championship contenders. So talking of which, let's have a look and see how it's all shaping up heading into Monza this weekend. We've got Path at the top of the standings with 191 points. Sack has closed that gap down significantly over the last few races. He's 184, 7 points behind. Philip Nilsson a further 8 behind on 176. Waddington fourth with 103. Ledger 72. Penku 69. Ollie 64. Ultimate 56. Hurricane 42. And the boss Lopez with 39. That's the top 10 in the championship standings. In the constructor standings, we've got McLaren. That gap between McLaren and Haas is starting to shrink. McLaren 367, Haas 295, Alfa Romeo 136, Ferrari 128, Racing Point 128, Williams 95, Mercedes 75, Aston Martin Red Bull Racing 56, Renault 48, and AlphaTauri with 47. Wallington currently third with a 1:19.4. That's a very strong lap time for him. Let's have a look at one of the championship contenders, Philip Nilsson. He's just invalidated. Danny is coming round the second Les mode now, so we'll ride with him for the moment.
I feel like this race we could be seeing a lot of things happening at Ascari, because it's so easy to lose the back end there.
Especially on the exit. I've lost it on the exit of that chicane once or twice before. I've
done it as well. In qualifying there.
That's a very easy to lose the back end because you've not got much room to correct it because you've got a wall to your right and a wall to your left. You've not got much room to recover unless you somehow manage to slow it down fast enough to be able to get the yourself keep yourself out of the wall and keep yourself in the race. Path for time from the session. He's very happy with his time. Philip Nilsson, over the last couple of races, he has had a nightmare as far as the championship. He's had a nightmare as far as the championship is concerned. Path's actually had a nightmare over the last couple of races. He finished behind his teammates in Belgium, and he didn't finish at Hungary, which was a massive game changer. And that allowed Sack to close the gap by 19 points because he got second place plus the fastest lap of the race. And that's how we're in the position we're in right now. 7 points between Sack and Path for the championship. This is going to be an absolute barnstormer. Nilsson on mediums, interestingly, but gets a 1:19.9. I would imagine that should see him comfortably through. Unless he can... But it looks like he's fueled up, so he's going for another lap. JBL's the only driver yet to set a lap time, so he's coming up to the Ascari chicane now. So with the Formula 1 season over, how are the Formula 1 fans going to keep themselves occupied over the course of the winter?
I'll probably be like rewatching races from past seasons. Playing F1 2020, of course.
Well, I suppose watching some classic races is a good way to pass the time.
Mainly the memorable ones, like Canada 2011 and stuff.
Oh, that's an excellent choice. I mean, 4 hours with that 2-hour rain delay. My word, that was a long haul, but it was worth it. Because it's definitely up there as one of the best races I've watched in recent memory, especially.
Yeah, it definitely was my race of the decade for the 2010s, probably. By far.
Definitely hard to argue with that. A lot of people would have chosen Germany 2019 for that top honor, but again, I say Canada, very, very worthy choice.
So it looks like both AlphaTauri drivers are out, Manea and Tamer, and Wise are out. Also Ultimate, I think, will be out as well.
Yeah, Ultimate's going to be out. He's not going to take any further part in qualifying. So Lowe's on a hot lap, Manea's on an out lap. Warrington's just put in the chat. Would be nice to see Kyle Army back on the calendar if this pandemic is still going on next season. Well, we should be able to get the calendar done as planned, given the fact that we've now got a vaccine for the virus that's been approved, not just here in the UK, but it just got approved over the weekend in the US as well.
And it'll be interesting to see if, for like the American Grand Prix and the British Grand Prix, we could have like a little amount of fans for those races or other Grand Prix as well. Because we've been seeing in football, in sport game, like football, we've been seeing fans back in there.
Yeah, it's a maximum of 2,000 for the Premier League matches, and for some of the lower divisions, maximum of 1,000 fans.
My local club, there, I think they're like 400. I think it's 400. I don't know, maximum there. And I think last week I went to one of their home matches, and it was raining, but we won 1-0, so that was very good.
Yeah, that's good. And we've got Zola in the stream chat saying, I think from July the fans will be back in most sports. That's absolutely. Especially here in the UK, a lot of the stadiums and arenas will be back to full capacity, and then you've got and then as far as the weather forecast is concerned, it's going to be all dry qualifying and dry race.
I just noticed this. JBL and Anderson have got the same identical times. And
Anderson
12.
will be
That is
but Anderson will. Yeah, not very often we see that, but Anderson is ahead of JBL because Anderson set the time first. That's how it works. If two drivers have the exact same time, it's the one who set the time first that gets the higher position on the grid. But of course, this isn't for grid position at the moment. It's to lose the slowest 5 cars in qualifying. And at the moment, it's Lowe, Minea, Hurricane, Tamer, and Wise. Ollie's retired from this session. He's happy with his time.
Nelson's again on softs. He thinks it's not enough that time he set on mediums.
Can't say I blame him. Ledger's retired. He's happy with his time. I say mid 119s pretty much guarantees you getting into Q3. Tamer's on an out lap now. So we got Lowe in the AlphaTauri coming through to do his hot lap. He's at the second Lesmos. No, he's back to giving his tyres a quick warm up. Let's see what Hurricane's up to. He's invalidated. So has Wise.
Nelson's gone fastest. 1 minute 18.
Into the 118s. Into the 118s. Fantastic lap there from Nilsson. Out with a point to prove. Out with a point to prove he wants that championship lead.
I'm out.
And he could very well, results go his way, he could very well take the championship lead at the end of this race. I think Danny's in a little bit of trouble as well. He's got a 19.9. He's only a couple of tenths. Ahead of Lowe, and he's gone onto the grass a couple of times. Hopefully that doesn't affect it. Nah, he's backed out. That's going to be interesting to see if he can improve on his time. Penku's retired. Tamer coming up to the Rettifili chicane. He's starting his hot lap.
Minera got 12, 19.889. So that could see him through.
And with the fact that Danny's aborted his lap, I think that's him out. I think that's Danny out of qualifying.
Yeah, it is. He's not got a lot of time.
That's a real shame.
Ryan Hurricane's next across the line. He's in P18. Is he going to improve? Only 17th.
No, that's Hurricane out.
Lowe's coming across the line now.
Let's see what he can pull out of the bag. He's got a 19.9 to beat. He improves, but he goes 18th. That's low out. Both AlphaTauris are out of qualifying. Danny's in the pits. He's out. Ultimate will be out as well.
It'll be oh wait, someone's had off at Ascari. And that's Minea.
Oh, that'll be
Minea.
that's Minea. He's the only racing
damage. Weiss is gone into 12.
He's through.
Tamer's gone into the pits, so he's out, and JBL's now out. But he's on a hot lap right now.
Not so fast. JBL's 3/10 up. He could get into Q2 here.
Could
coming round
Minea go
Parabolica.
out? Minea's out.
He does.
Minea is out, and that spin is probably costed Minea.
Low in the stream chat saying he put too much fuel in. He had too much fuel for his hot lap run. That is unlucky. So Philip Nilsson, first man into the 118s today. And it's Ultimate, Minea, Danny, Hurricane, Low, and Tamer. Those are the drivers that are out of Q1. So we've got 14 left as we head into Q2. Now, strategy is going to be interesting for this race.
Will it be like, will Codemasters do that thing where it's the top 9 for the Q3 or top 10 shootout? We'll have to wait and see.
I'm pretty sure it'll be I'm pretty sure they'll try and keep it a top 10 shootout. So the Tifosi will be happy that both Ferraris are still in qualifying, but they're going to have a hard time trying to dethrone the McLarens of Nilsson and Path.
The X3 boys are in qualifying and they've got rain.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
We'll see for the race if they have dry weather. But I think we have all dry at the moment.
Yeah, it's all dry for us, unfortunately.
Right.
Oh, now this is clever from the Alfa Romeo boys, Ledger and Anderson. They are out at the same time, and it's Ledger that's behind Anderson, so it looks like Ledger's going to get the tow from Anderson as they start their hot laps.
That is clever thinking.
And I think if they fueled themselves up, I think if they fueled themselves up, they may very well, Ledger may very well return the favour and give Anderson the tow for the next lap.
We'll have to wait and see about that, but we're just heating up the cars at the moment.
Yeah, Anderson's starting to pull away now. No, he's slowing down again. He's letting his teammate catch up with him. I do like the design of Anderson's helmet. It's sort of like a Monster Energy-esque design on the helmet.
Yeah, it is very cool. It kind of gets some Minecraft theme to it as well.
Yeah.
Sort
of. There he goes. There he goes. Anderson has let Ledger through. Gave him the tow with the DRS. So well played from Anderson.
And will this give Leisure an extra boost in lap time?
I would imagine it'll give him an extra tenth or two. Oh, careful. Almost loses the back end out of that second chicane. Did very well to keep it under control. Up to the second les mode now. Yellow flags at Curva Grande. I think that would have been for either one of the Renaults or one of the Haas drivers. Very smooth through Ascari.
And we'll also have to see if Leisure will give Anderson the toe for the next lap.
I think Anderson's a bit too far back.
Unless Leisure slows down a little bit after he set the lap.
21-2, that's not bad. Not bad for mediums.
Obviously, Anderson's lap times are a banker one, so he'll try and improve on it this lap. He'll flag. Oh wait, that is one of them.
Yeah, well, that's one of the Red Bulls. Not sure which one. Penku with a 20.8 puts him fastest at the moment. And don't forget, if you make it into the top 10 shootout, the tires you set your fast.
Lopez has gone fastest, but he is on softs.
You should comfortably be able to make a one-stop round here anyway. But we'll see what happens. As I was about to say, if you make it into the top 10, the tyres you set your fastest lap on in this part of qualifying will be the tyres you start the race on for the race. I think a lot of these drivers will be looking to get themselves onto the mediums, but if push comes to shove and they need to use the softs, then not really much choice in that matter. Mon with a 21-0 puts him 6th. That's a good time for Anderson with a 20.5, only a couple of tenths down on his teammate. So far, it's only Lopez that's on softs in the top 10. Paths on mediums, Nilsson on an outlap on softs. And Sasha with a 20.009, 8 thousandths quicker than Penku.
Path's going to be the next one across the line in his helmet. His helmet looks interesting. And he goes 1 minute 19.7 on mediums.
Yeah, Path's going to be a very tough man to... He's going to be a very tough man to stop in the race. And Nilsson's helmet's predominantly pink. Well, each to their own. Each to their own. Let's see what Nilsson can pull out of the bag. He's coming round the second Lesmo now.
There goes Mon and Sasha getting out of the way.
Very well played. Not getting in the way of the hot lap, otherwise there could be some issues.
Nilsson is on soft, bearing in mind, so...
Of course.
Nilsson did use his mediums in Q1.
So maybe he's gone for some... Maybe he's gone for a softer... Maybe he's gone for more softer compounds than some of the others, but nevertheless, and a 1:18.979.
Mind you, it is easy to do a one-stop from this track, and the undercut is so overpowered because of the speed of this track.
Absolutely. Only Nilsson and Lopez are on soft tyres in the top 10.
Sack has fitted the softs, so maybe Sack's going to try and get another lap in, thinking he might not go through.
Well, considering...
Oh.
Also considering... And Waddington with a 1:20.5, only 11th at the moment.
Weiss has hit technical difficulties and has left the session, so hopefully he'll try and get back in.
Yeah, fingers crossed. He's still got time. There's about 6.5 minutes left on the clock, so he should be able to get back. So he should be able to get out and get a lap in.
JBL's on a lap.
He's looking good so far.
Crossing across the line, only 13th.
21.0. That's
slowest
not going to be
time.
enough to get him through at the moment. Not going to be enough to get him through at the moment, but you never know.
I think we could be seeing a lot of time penalties today due to the pit line, the pit entrance.
Ah, yes, the penalty for speeding into pit lane. That wouldn't surprise me.
I think JBL's on another lap here because he is going quicker. He's gone quicker through the second sector. He's
almost lost.
it.
Oh!
Very well done to save it there. He is very lucky. Very lucky, JBL.
Yeah, very, very well played.
And now, Mon and Warrington and Sack are all coming out. Wise has just joined. And Path has retired from the session, so he's happy with his lap. And so is Philip Nelson, he's also retired.
Yeah, they're both very happy with their times. So we've got the boss, Lopez on another lap. Sachs on softs, Anderson and Waddington and Mon, they're all on softs as well. So we'll see what happens. 2.5 minutes to go. That is time for a lap, possibly one more. If you're coming out now, JBL, looks like everyone's out. Everyone coming out on softs now. I think a lot of them are determined. So Path's going to be starting on mediums. He'll be happy with that. Should give him a longer first stint heading into the race. Lopez is invalidated.
Waddington will be the first one out of everyone to get their set, get their running.
Well, he's half a second up.
Yellow flaggy.
He's half a second up.
There's Ledger and JBL getting out of the way. Good job there.
Yeah. So here comes Waddington coming round. Parabolica. He's done well to manage his ERS to get round the whole lap. What's his time going to be? Whoa! 1:19.200.
Mon invalidated his lap, so he has to go again.
He's got time. Waddington, though, we haven't seen him competing. We haven't seen him competing as fast as that for quite a while.
Anderson's going to be the next one. Will be crossing the line. He's in the drop zone. Wise is on an out lap. Well, it's just starting his lap as he hasn't set a time for this session. Anderson, what can he produce? He improves to third. 1:19.6. They're all improving.
We'll say this will be Wise's one and only shot at getting a lap in. Otherwise, he will be out of qualifying.
Ledger's in danger if JBL gets out of the drop zone.
And oh, Wise is invalidated. Wise is invalidated. That's him. He's gone. He's out.
JBL goes
really
second,
unlucky there.
1:19.1. Ledger's coming through Parabolica now.
Zola just saying Path could actually be out here. That, oh my word.
Ledger goes
He's down
fourth.
to 7th.
Now 8th. Now 9th. Now 10th.
10th. Is this it? Is he going to go out?
Penku, Oli, and Lopez are all on laps.
And as it stands, Penku could very well knock Path out.
Is this what Philip Nilsson needs for the championship? Ollie's crossing the line now.
He's 3/10 up. He's made up 7/10. Path, the championship leader, is out of qualifying for the Italian Grand Prix.
Lopez is also out. He's invalidated his lap. But it's
Really unlucky there.
now Penku, the last one to get a lap.
Anderson could be out here.
Penku
And
fourth.
he is.
Penku's up to 4th. Hazel is on the lap as well. So,
But he's safe regardless.
and he's gonna go into the pits.
Everyone in the top 10 is on softs. Nilsson, JBL, Waddington, Penku, Sasha, Sack, Ledger, Ollie, Mon, and Hazel all through into the top 10. But the biggest story of qualifying is that Path, the championship leader, will be starting 12th. His worst qualifying performance of the season so far. If he somehow pulls a win out of the bag from this, that's driver of the day. No questions asked. Lopez and Wise are also out as well.
Ollie's AI has just crashed into the wall. He's lost his front left. I think it's his AI just went into the wall.
Oh, for goodness sake. What is with the AI?
And now Ollie's out. So...
Oh, come on! Really, Codemasters? So now we're down to 9. So anyway, those that are going through to the shootout: Nilsson, JBL, Waddington, Penku, Sasha, Sack, Ledger, Mon, and Hazel. And then you've got Ollie, Anderson, Path, a massive shocker, Lopez, and Wise. Yeah, even Zola's frustrated at Codemasters regarding that fiasco. But wow. Path, the championship leader, starting 12th out of qualifying.
You can never be too sure with like X1, with like retiring early, because you could be top of the timesheet, but then you could be finding yourself out in Q2.
And Path there is a perfect example of that. You retire early, and you just. That's the thing. You said it right there. You just never know what's going to happen here in the XRL. They're all equal performance, so you just never know what's going to happen in qualifying. And that is a perfect example as to why. But nevertheless, we are down to 9 drivers. Sack first out.
Oh, we could be seeing a big shocker in Premier League. Fulham are 1-0 up against Liverpool.
And Liverpool are the current Premier League champions. Sack across the line to start the first lap of Q3. Who is going to get pole position?
It's basically pole is basically could be for anyone. With Path out, it basically opens it up.
Yep, open season for pole position, but you got to think, with the pace that Nilsson's shown, the only driver to get into the 118s, I would imagine he will be the hot favourite to take pole position here. But as we've just seen in Q2, there could very well be a cat amongst the pigeons. Season 1, it was Sack that took pole position at this track. Last season, it was Beard Boost who's racing in X2 this season. So we're going to have our third different X1 pole sitter for the for this Grand Prix.
Oh,
Here
Nilsson
comes Sack.
spun.
Sack across the line, 19-1.
Nilsson's lap is ruined. He spun.
And the De La Roja on the entry into the two Lesmos. That's the last thing he needed. Waddington second with a 119.4. Sasha coming across the line now. 19.013. That puts him fastest.
They're in the into the 118s now. Could we be seeing someone else getting into the 1 minute on the 118s? Waddington goes. Waddington's third at the moment.
We're definitely gonna see a 118 here in Q3, but who's gonna be the first to get it? Nilsson, interestingly, going for another lap. We've got Mon coming down the back straight now. He's going to be coming up to Parabolica to finish his lap. And what's his time going to be? 19.8 puts him 5th.
Penku's just started a hot lap. And Ledger is just heading up to Ascari now.
So we'll focus on Ledger just now. See what lap time he can set. The only Alfa Romeo on... He's the only Alfa Romeo that's in Q3 after Anderson got knocked out. Comes around Parabolica now. Onto the main straight.
Oh, no, Nelson's...
And Nelson's gone! Nelson's gone! Ascari chicane!
The second victim in qualifying, and it is Nelson. What is going on at McLaren?
Neither McLaren is going to be on pole position. Were they celebrating a bit too much earlier after wrapping 3rd up in the Constructors' Championship?
Meanwhile, Penku's coming to cross the line now. Could he get into the 1 minute 80s? No, 1 minute 19.1. So it's Sasha on pole.
The crucial thing to take into account here is that this is the sort of thing the Haas boys needed to keep themselves in the championship hunt. And now, with less than 6 minutes to go, it is now officially open season for pole position. Who's gonna get it? Penku's going to be coming into the pits. Waddington is just coming round the De La Rosa chicane. He's on an outlap at the moment. 5 minutes to go. He'll have time for maybe 2-3 laps at a... I'll say 2 laps definitely. 3 at a push. If he plays his cards right. Waddington is a former X1 champion, folks, so we've got to keep that in mind. So he knows what it takes to be able to succeed in X1.
Actually, it's actually getting dark out right now, but obviously there won't be enough time for rain.
Yeah, there won't be enough time for rain to affect qualifying.
But here we go.
Waddington starting a hot lap now.
Realistically, Haas need to get front row lockout and have a brilliant start to the race if they want to cut the gap to McLaren.
Absolutely, it's a good shout. He clocked out at the end of that straight at 215 miles an hour. He's a little bit slower in the first sector. Keeping his composure, heading up to the Lesmos. Keeping a tight line. Not using too much of the curb. Very smooth through the second Lesmo. Coming up to the Ascari chicane now. And he's a 10th up.
No, it's Ascari. Can he keep it? Yes, he can.
Cool as you like. He'll probably be thinking to himself, McLaren, that's how it's done. Comes round Parabolica now. Very smooth, very tight line. And he comes across the line with a 119, 181, puts him fourth. Less than 2/10 separating the top four. And crucially, he'll have time for one more lap if he chooses to go for it.
He'll probably go for it.
Hazel's just started a hot lap.
No, Waddington's gone a second slower in the first sector, so I don't think he is going for it.
Well, not on this one. It'll be a cool down lap, and then he'll have time to, should he decide to, he'll have time to go for another hot lap. And that's if he's got enough fuel to do so.
I don't think he has it showing the fuel indicator.
Well, so that could be cause for concern. We'll wait and see what happens. Hazel coming up through the Lesmos, coming up to the Ascari chicane now, the second DRS straight. Now, what's his second sector time like? He is 5 thousandths up. Very smooth through the Ascari chicane.
Sasha's gone quicker in the second sector, so we could be seeing 1 minute 18 this here for Sasha.
Very well. We could very well do so. We'll see what happens.
Also,
Hazel coming across.
What's it? Oh.
He's got time for another lap, though.
Oh,
no,
that's what.
A sack! Oh no!
Sasha's gone even quicker. 1 minute 18.9. Sack was on course for a very good lap, and now it's ruined. But the thing is, does he have damage?
It doesn't look like he's got damage.
No, so he's rather lucky.
Is he gonna have time for a lap? He's letting all the traffic by.
That is a real shame for Sack.
So at the moment, it is Sasha on pole. Waddington in the pits. He'll be starting at best fourth. JBL goes up to fifth.
Sack's going again.
It's do or die for Sack now.
Sasha's gone even quicker on. Sasha was going even quicker in the second sector, but then invalidated.
He's invalidated. That's a shame.
Watch out, Sack. Mon was... Mon there. Ooh. Hazel's gone fastest.
From out of nowhere! From out of absolutely nowhere, Hazel has just spoiled Sasha's party!
Where did that lap come from? Hazel's been nowhere all season. And has pulled that out of the bag.
What did he have? What did he have for breakfast this morning? But oh, don't count your chickens just yet, because Sack's 2/10 up, heading through the Ascari chicane. Sack could spoil the party.
No, and
Penku! Sack needs another couple of tenths to stop Penku from getting pole. Has he done enough? 1:18.7 to beat! And he's second! Just misses out! Penku on pole!
And surely...
His first ever X1 pole!
And surely Hazel will be happy with P3 from out of nowhere. Hazel went quicker, then Panku, but Sack just couldn't get quicker. But 4 drivers into the 1:18s in Q3.
Staggering. Absolutely staggering. And through all of the... I've just been corrected by Penku. Thanks for the correction. That's actually his second pole position in X1. He got pole position in Hungary a few weeks ago.
He spun in the second safety car, was it not? And then that
Oh yeah,
led to Ledger and Path retiring.
yeah. So let's have a look at how the grid lines up. We've got Penku on pole for the second time this season. We've got Sack alongside him on the front row. You've got Hazel in third. Fantastic performance from him. Then you got Sasha in fourth, Waddington fifth, Ledger sixth, JBL seventh, Mon in eighth, and Philip Nilsson, a massive shocker for the McLaren boys, down in ninth. Between the McLaren boys, their worst qualifying performances of the season. They are gonna be out for blood heading into the race. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is round 14 of the Extreme Racing League X1 division, sponsored by Ants 3D and CD Keys. We are at the Temple of Speed, Monza, for the Italian Grand Prix. Italy is the fourth most populated country in Europe, and also home to the highest mountain in Europe, Mont Blanc, just on the verge of the border. More than 50 million tourists visit Italy each year. Not the case this year, but hopefully those numbers pick up again next year. Michael Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton share the record for most wins at this track with 5 wins apiece. Giuseppe Farina won the first ever Drivers' Championship at this track back in 1950, the only driver to win the championship at his home race. And then you've got 6 of the past 8 seasons where the winner of the Italian Grand Prix went on to win the title. The only exceptions to that were Charles Leclerc last year and Pierre Gasly this year. 3.6 miles, 2 DRS zones, 11 corners to negotiate, 4 to the left, 7 to the right, full throttle for the lap at 84%. The action zones to look out for: the Rettifilo chicane, the battle between Verstappen and Bottas in 2018. Same race that year. Vettel versus Hamilton, but at the Della Rosia chicane, and then of course that massive crash for Derek Warwick in 1990 at the Parabolica. It's the middle three of the Pirelli range: the C4, the C3, and the C2 as far as the tyre compounds are concerned, and you're looking at about 24 seconds to make your pit stop round this track. So here's the starting grid then. It's a bit topsy-turvy here, but nevertheless, it is Penku on pole for the second time in 3 races. He's got Sack alongside him on the front row. Sack will be out with a point to prove to take the lead in the championship. Hazel, his best ever qualifying performance. He starts third. He's got Sasha alongside him in 4th. Waddington in 5th. Ledger will be very happy with that in the Alfa Romeo in 6th. JBL in 7th. Another strong Q3 performance from him. Mon in 8th, and then you've got Nilsson, his worst qualifying performance of the season. He starts 9th. Ollie rounding up the top 10. And then the rest of the grid, you're looking at Anderson, and he's got Path with his worst qualifying performance of the season in 12th. Lopez, a little bit gutted in 13th, but he's got Wise for company on row 7. Then you've got Ultimate, who crashed out in Q1. He starts 15th. He's got Menea for company on row 8, and rounding up the rest of the grid, you have got Danny, Hurricane, Low, and Tamer at the back of the grid. So I think safe to say if qualifying is anything to go by, we could be in for another absolute classic. We've seen a lot of fantastic races over the course of this season so far. And all I can say is, I sympathise with the person that has to do the season 3 highlight reel. Good luck with that, because there's so much from each of the races to cover. It's not going to be easy, but hopefully they pull something out of the bag. We go at 6 p.m. and it's just hit 6 p.m. just now, so we should be good to go now.
And we are. Oh wait,
Indeed.
yeah, we are. And it's gonna be very tight into turn 1. We could be seeing a lot of first lap front wing changes.
Wouldn't surprise me if that streak were to continue tonight.
We've seen 2 drivers retire at Ascari. How many more are we going to see tonight in the race?
Wait and see what happens. But nevertheless, you guys know what time it is. Here come the lights. 4, 5. It's lights out. And it's race time at Monza. A very clean start from everybody. This is going to be very interesting to see how it happens. Sack trying to push for the lead for Penku. He's going to have the inside line heading into the Retifilio chicane. But I think Penku's going to take it. Someone's lost an end plate already. Side by side between Penku and Sack. And Sack heading into Curva Grande takes the lead. Sasha into 4th. Waddington into 5th. 10-second penalty for Lopez. Unbelievable. Lopez plummeting down the order. What's happened to him?
Lopez is 13 seconds worth of penalties for corner cutting.
My goodness me, that is not what he needed at all.
Sacks in the lead.
It seems like the Mexicans have been cursed today after what happened to Perez in Abu Dhabi. And we've got a lot more front wing damage. I think someone's lost part of their front wing altogether. But
Half has got front wing damage. Half is damage.
That is an absolute nightmare for the championship leader. This is the sort of thing he really could have done without.
And Lopez and Ryan Hurricane are getting past him now, and he's now last. This is not how he wanted it to go on the return of XRL racing.
Yeah, I've just been informed that Wise was the one that made the collision with Path, causing that front wing damage. Sack and Penku still battling for the lead. They're still side by side, heading up to Curva Grande. Is Penku going to take the lead back?
Sasha and Waddington are also side by side, so they're mirroring Penku and Sack
Mirroring
at the
their
moment.
teammates. Sack ahead of Penku. And Waddington, hello! Has 1-2! Thank you very much, says Waddington. I'll have a bit of that!
Ryan Hurricane has spun. That's what's causing the yellow flags.
Lowe, Danny, and Path are all in the pits. Getting their front wings changed.
This is what Haas needs, but the thing is, are they going to fight or are they going to pull away? Waddington gets in the lead. They have to pull away together. If they...
That is interesting, and Sack's actually dropping back. Sack's dropping back, that's concerning. But Waddington is leading for the first time in goodness knows how long. But DRS is enabled, and Waddington did have the fastest lap of the race. JBL now has that honor. Penku gonna try. He's gonna try and take the slipstream heading into the Retifilio chicane. But Waddington very well to cover that line. He resisted very well.
Nelson is all on the back of Ledger at the moment for 6th place. He's trying to make a recovery.
Yeah, Nelson gonna need to salvage something for the McLaren boys after what happened with their Path. Let's have a look at the position changes as we're on lap 3. Waddington up 4 places, JBL and Nilsson up 2, Hazel down 6, Ultimate up 4, Hazel now down 7, Path down 8. He is stone dead last. That is the last thing he needed.
Tamer and Ryan Hurricane are in the pits, so Path's been promoted to P18, but he could really use the safety car if he wants to make progress.
If we do end up with a safety car, that is going to be the game changer that Path needs to get himself back in the race. Wise with a 3-second penalty. We've got Tygores saying as he's praise for the commentary. Thanks very much, man. Much appreciated. Penku ahead of Waddington. He had the DRS and takes the lead back.
Nilsson is struggling at the moment. Ledger is pulling away from him. Meanwhile, Waddington's got back.
On the outside of Curva Grande! How's about that? Whoa!
This is racing.
This is the Waddington of Season 1 that we are witnessing here.
They're putting on a show on the return after a few weeks, after a little break.
Yeah,
but Penku's going to go
and
back.
They are not disappointed. Woohoo! Oh, this is going to be a great battle for the win. And Penku, 3-second penalty on the exit of the Ascari chicane.
Sack's got the run on Waddington. Is he going to get past? No, he's got the main straight to get past. Nilsson's got past Ledger for 6th.
Waddington goes wide at Parabolica. Side by side with Sack. I think Sack's going to get into 2nd place. Yes, he does. And Sack has DRS, but so does Waddington. This is going to be interesting. Are they going to try and... Oh!
Has he got damage?
I don't think he does. A love tap on Penku. But you just said it there moments ago. This is racing. This is just getting past the other guy.
JBL is fighting Sasha for 4th. Down the inside. Is it going to work? No. JBL will have to wait later on in the lap, but he has got Philip Nilsson on the back of him.
Ultimate, meanwhile, he's on the back of Ollie for the last points paying position. He's got DRS. This could help him. Penku almost out of DRS range from Sack, meanwhile. Wise with another 3-second penalty. And Ultimate has got Hazel alongside him. Hazel not able to make anything of it.
Wise is already up to 11 seconds worth of penalties. This is not looking good for him.
Yeah, 2 3-second penalties and a 5-second penalty. Nilsson into 6th. He tried to get past JBL. Couldn't make anything of it. He's not having the best time out there at the moment to try and get past JBL.
Oh, Sasha's got a 3-second time penalty.
Nilsson following closely to JBL on the exit of the Lesbos. He's going to have DRS, but JBL's going to have DRS on Sasha, so that could cancel out Nilsson's DRS. Indeed, it does. JBL actually pulling away. That's not going to help Nilsson's cause. So I think we found the culprit of why Nilsson's not able to get past anybody, because those that are ahead of him have got DRS on the car ahead. So this sounds a bit, it sounds complicated, but let's say Nilsson's DRS is not working on the car that's ahead of him, because the car ahead of him has got DRS on the car that's ahead of the car that's ahead of Nilsson, if that makes any sense. We've got a 4-car DRS train. Sasha's surely going to lose 4th place shortly.
JBL on the inside, Has he got it? Nelson.
He's through! He's through! Cool as you like! And
No.
Nelson onto the gravel, and he's down to 7th. Ledger's gone through! Can this day get any worse for the McLaren boys?
But the Haas are pulling away from JBL and Sasha's spawn.
And that allows Nelson. Oh, Nelson's done a twofer! Nelson's done a twofer, 7th to 5th! Sasha down to 11th now. Mineo with a 3-second penalty. Penku a second and a half ahead of Waddington and Sack now. I think Penku could be on for a race win here today.
Now, JBL doesn't have DRS this time, so Nilsson should sail past.
Yeah, but the pit window's open for Nilsson, though. He started on soft tyres.
And
Bit of a
Nilsson's
lock
ahead.
up there. He's through.
And now he's gonna he'll chase down the Haas cars, but they're pretty far behind. They're pretty far ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Predicted championship standings at the moment as Mon and Ledger are battling over 6th place. Ledger gets ahead, but here comes Ollie. I think he's got through clean as a whistle, as you like. So predicted championship standings, still early days in the race yet, but we're almost a third of the way through. Path will stay on 191. And Sack will take the lead in the championship with 199. And Nilsson, as it stands, will be on 188. He'll be 3 points behind his teammate heading into Singapore, which I believe is the last race before Christmas break.
Ollie managed to get past Ledger in the end. And his teammate Mon has been overtaken by Ultimate. And Ultimate is done a madness here. He's up 7 places right now. And now Anderson's got past Mon. 3 wide, is it? No.
Almost 3 wide. Big lock up there for Anderson.
Ledger's got back past Ollie.
Ultimate into 7th now!
Anderson's up to 8th. Ollie's fallen.
My goodness me, this... the lead between Penku and Waddington now is 2.6. Penku almost 3 seconds ahead. He needs that 3-second gap to be able to maintain the race win as it stands. Action up and down the field here. Path down in 16th. But the consolation prize he could get is the fastest lap outside the top 10. And Nilsson and Waddington into the pits. Pit stop race time. Here we go. Waddington needs a clean stop, and he's awake. Oh, that's a very quick stop from Waddington. That was a very quick stop from Waddington. Those mediums should get them through to the end of the race. 17 laps.
It is through to the end. It is doable. Oh, Path has spun. It's half spun the way into the wall. And now Lowe's going to be getting past him. Will Path finish the race? So that's the thing. Will Path give up, or will he not give up?
That is the sort of boost that the Haas boys have definitely been needing in regards to the championship.
Is Penku going to react to Wallington's stop? He is staying out at the moment. Sack is going straight into the pits.
He'll have the advantage over Nilsson, but will he get out ahead of Waddington? Ultimate now up into second place. Another clean pit stop from the Haas boys. Lopez into fourth, but a few of these drivers still haven't made their stop yet. And the undercut works for Waddington. The undercut works for Waddington. And this means, as it stands, I say Waddington will still have net second place, but that gap is, I think that gap is going to start closing between himself and Penku. Waddington could take the lead here after these pits, after this round of pit stops. Because you've got Ultimate, Anderson, Lopez, and Wise still to make a stop. They are going to go until about lap 17, lap 18 on those mediums. Sack up into 7th now. Gap down to 24 seconds. Race leader's in. Race leader is in. He's just made his stop. Where is Waddington? He's coming around the parabolica now. Is he going to get out ahead of Penku? Ultimate's in the lead.
It's going to be close.
This is going to be very close, but I think Penku's done it. He's got enough time in hand. He has. Penku keeps the net lead of the race. Waddington thought he could get enough. Waddington thought he could get enough time made up to get ahead of Penku, but it's not going to be on this occasion.
Path is still struggling in this race. Still in P16. and also Anderson, Ultimate's the race leader. And
yeah, but bearing in mind the top 4 still haven't made their pit stop yet.
And they're all mediums, so they can go get their stink to quite a bit late into the race, and I'd stick on a set of sauce in the end. So, and the thing is, could they hold up like so Waddington Sack from Penku? Because Penku's now getting past Wise on the DRS straight.
Yeah, that puts Penku up into 4th. But of course, as far as track position is concerned, Penku has the net lead of the race. As we're approaching half distance already, we're on lap 13. As it stands, as far as the championship is concerned, Sack will be just 1 point behind Path heading into Singapore next week.
Penku's got past the boss into
3rd.
Lopez is free for the 13 seconds worth of penalties. Then you got Wise on 14. And the rest of the people that do have penalties either have 3 seconds or 6 seconds worth of penalties. Bear in mind, Lopez did get a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting at the start of the race.
And if he's able to, he should be able to serve that penalty without much difficulty. Sack up into 6th now. So that means the way things stay is, if things stay the way they are, Sack will take the lead of the championship. Waddington playing a very, very good wingman.
Sack's gonna get past. And he does.
Now Waddington needs to play the wingman job to stop anyone from trying to get ahead of Sack.
It's now playing the team game.
Yes, and Sack does have a 3-second penalty. Waddington clean as a whistle on penalties. And don't forget, there are bonus points on offer for a penalty-free race. Going to be very intrigued to see how it all plays out. And that's Lopez in. The boss is in.
He didn't serve the penalty, it says, so he didn't wait 10 seconds.
I can only assume they would only be able to serve the 5-second penalties in the pit lane. I've just had a quick read through the regulations, and it says that 1 point is also awarded to the driver with the least amount of time penalties. If 2 or more drivers have the same amount of time penalties, the point is awarded to the driver with the fastest lap of those that are tied on penalties. So we're heading on to lap 16 now, 27:10. There's 12 laps to go, including the one they're on.
Waddington's gonna get past Waddington here. Goes on the grass. Is he gonna get on the inside? Waddington's got to play the team game.
Nilsson gets ahead. I think Nilsson's got ahead. Yep, he's through. Nilsson's through. Path only up to 15th. As it stands, he's going to score no points. But crucially, he has no penalties.
Yeah. Not a good day for Path today. It just shows. I think he probably has that rust from the break. And Waddington has just got back. Just got past
Nilsson on the Ascari chicane. Very well played from Waddington. An ultimate comes in now. And that means Matt Anderson is going to take the lead of the race. And look at that, the boss Lopez has got the fastest lap of the race. That means he'll get the point for the fastest lap outside the top 10. Fastest lap inside the top 10 is currently Penku with a 121.9. Nilsson had a look at the Lesmos. Thought better of it.
He will have the DRS now on this straight.
It's all just saying, just shows that qualifying outside the top 10 makes it a hard race. And he's not wrong. Nilsson struggling to get past Waddington.
Goes wide on the exit.
He should be relatively okay.
Danny's got a 3-second time penalty. Waddington's
And Anderson comes.
Waddington's pulling away.
He tried to break the slipstream, and he has done. That's not going to be enough time for Nilsson to overtake him. That is brilliant racecraft there from Waddington. And as things stand as far as the penalties are concerned, Sack will drop down to 3rd.
Nilsson's still got the DRS, but he's too far back to get on Waddington.
Yeah.
This is brilliant race car from Waddington here.
Absolutely.
JBL's got
JBL with a time penalty.
Oh, Danny's got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and he's now lapped by the leaders.
And you were just saying earlier that we were going to be seeing some time penalties for speeding in the pit lane. Yellow flags in sector 1.
Hurricane.
That's one of the.
He's
going to need to get out of the way of the leaders. He's going to need to get out of the way of the leaders. Ultimate 20.4. That gives him the fastest lap of the race so far, and he's inside the top 10.
Yellow flag. There's another yellow flag. Wise has just hit difficulties at Ascari. Path is just catching up. And this is for 15th.
Legend, meanwhile, trying outside of the Delaroche chicane. Oh, almost loses the back end. Here comes Anderson coming up to the Lesmos. Doesn't quite get past, though. Ledger almost losing the back end. And he manages to save it. And Nilsson, 3-second time penalty. That's just what Waddington. That is just the thing that Waddington and crucially Sack need.
Anderson's got by Ledger.
And Nilsson's just got ahead of Waddington. Nilsson's going to need to start building that gap now, but Waddington is going to have DRS. There it is, wide open. Nothing Nilsson can do about it.
He just sails past. And that is 3rd. And now Waddington just needs to keep it clean.
Absolutely.
Path is up to 15th. He managed to get past Wise. Lopez has got past Mon. He's into the top 10. But Nilsson's just got back on Waddington for 3rd.
Back into 3rd. Very well played.
And now it seems he's pulling away.
Yeah, Nilsson needs to start pulling away here. Otherwise, he's going to be in big trouble. Because as it stands, he's going to finish 4th on penalty countback. Only Waddington, Ledger, Mon, Path, and Tamer that have no time penalties. The gap between Penku and Sack, 4.2 seconds. Staggering. Absolutely staggering. And Ledger, and as I say that, Ledger gets a time penalty.
They're all keeping it clean at the moment. No retirements just yet. 21 laps. Well played to the drivers who managed to stay out of the barriers.
Absolutely. And Lopez with another time penalty. But look at this. Look at this. Nilsson closing in on... He's closing in on Sack. Can Sack hold Nilsson back? I will be amazed if Nilsson somehow manages to win the race from this. And Nilsson, crucially, within DRS range of Sack now.
Ultimate is catching up to Waddington.
Well, that's definitely just spiced things up a little bit. 5 laps to go. Grandstand finish time. This is going to get juicy.
Even if Sack does get overtaken by Nilsson, he could. It wouldn't.
He'll keep third place on. He should still be able to keep third place on penalty count back. It's tight because the gap between himself and Waddington is hovering around that 3-second mark.
Nilsson is making a fight back. Lopez is 19 seconds worth of penalties, so he's hovering dangerously at the moment.
I don't think he's going to be getting any points today.
Haslow's gone down 13 places in this race. Ultimate is probably going to be the driver of the day, up 10 places. He's definitely made a fight back.
Absolutely. I mean, if he plays his cards right, he may very well get a podium position here, but he needs to start building that gap. Nilsson coming up to Sack now. Not going to be close enough on this occasion.
Ultimate's on the outside of Waddington, but it's not going to work on this occasion.
Tygorez saying quality race. Yeah, it has definitely been just that. Ultimate, meanwhile, on the back of Waddington for 4th place. I think he might have a look into the Lesmos. And he does! Sweeps through! Made that one look easy.
Lopez has got another 3-second time penalty. That's 22 now he's got right now. And yeah. Oh!
And Sack! Nilsson's got ahead of Sack!
That was tight. That was very tight. Zach made a mistake on the exit of Ascari and Nilsson got past.
The gap between Sack and Waddington still hovering around that 3-second mark. That was very brave there from Nilsson, but he's made it stick. 3 laps to make up 4.5 seconds to take the race win.
Path has got a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, I don't think Nilsson's going to be taking the win today, but the big news story here is that Path, as it stands, is going to go from 1st in the championship to 3rd.
And he'll need a big turnaround next week in Singapore.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like another difficult track.
Yeah, because the gap, as it stands, pending any penalties, of course, Path will still be on 191, Sack currently on 199, and Nilsson on 194. 8 points between the top 3 heading into Singapore next week. And like I say, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure Singapore is the last race before the Christmas break.
It should be.
I might be wrong on that one.
It should be. Oh, Ollie's gone.
Ollie's gone!
Lopez was involved.
That does not look good for the boss at all. And it was the infamous Ascari chicane.
Path is up to 13th right now. He could get 12th due to Lopez. I think Lopez is definitely going to be... Will he go back into the pits? Yes, he does. Path is up to 12th. It's not going to matter anyway. But he is up to 12th. Not a good day for him.
Ultimate bearing down on Sack. Penultimate lap, DRS heading up to the Ascari chicane.
This is going to be the battle to watch on the last lap.
So, let's say, unless Penku makes a huge mistake. Collision with Danny for Wise. That's a 5-second penalty for that.
Both Red Bulls have collided. Danny is off, and Wise has lost his whole front wing.
Here we go. Ultimate's going to have DRS on Sack.
Both.
Is he going to be able to overtake? Don't think he is.
But again, both Red Bulls are not really on the same page today.
Waddington currently 2 seconds.
Anderson's gone slowly. Anderson was going slowly. Has he run out of fuel? Probably not, but we'll have to wait and see.
The light is flashing.
It's now or never for Ultimate.
But I think regardless of what happens, they're both going to lose a position because unless Waddington gets a penalty, he's going to leapfrog both of them and he's going to take 3rd place on the podium. Sack will be booted down to 4th.
They're heading up to the Tamer, and he gets pat and he lets them by with ease.
An absolutely thrilling race, but Penku is coming around the Parabolica for the last time today. It's going to be his first win of the season. Penku throws his arm in the air. He wins the Italian Grand Prix. Philip Nilsson 2nd. And what's this going to mean?
Waddington 3rd.
On penalty countback, Sack booted down to 4th.
JBL will get 6th.
And Ultimate with the fastest lap of the race. Massive hats off to him.
Ledger 7th, Anderson 8th. Mon goes to 8th actually. Anderson goes to 9th. Sasha 10th. Minea 11th. Path gets to 12th. And Tamer gets 17th. Ryan Hurricane 18th. They're both a lap down. Danny's most likely going to get 19th. Hazel will most likely probably get 13th. After starting from P3, not the best race for him. And Low is going to get P14, and the Boss is going to get P15. Not the best race for him. And Wise is going to come around the final corner without a front wing after the collision with his teammate Danny for will probably be P15 with Lopez's time penalties. But no, he's 16th, so Lopez gets 15th. And the game gives ultimate driver of the day.
Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that. But believe it or not, folks, it's game on heading into Singapore. The gap between the top 3 in the championship, pending the incident report, the gap between the top 3 in the championship is now 5 points heading into Singapore.
This is more entertaining than the real life F1 championship because it's so tight for the championship.
I want this to go to the final race of the season. That's Penku's first taste of the winner's champagne this season. Waddington will be happy he's on the podium. Nilsson, great recovery drive, 9th into 2nd. So let's have a look at the race standings. Penku, his first win of the season, he'll be very, very happy with that. Nilsson, 2nd. Waddington, 3rd. That's the podium. Sack, 4th. 5th is Ultimate. He's got the fastest lap of the race. JBL 6th. Ledger 7th. Mon is 8th. Anderson 9th. And Sasha rounding up the top 10. Then you've got Minea, Path, Hazel, Low, Lopez, Wise, Tamer, Hurricane, Danny, and Ollie. Officially classified as 20th. 21-0 from Path. I believe that is the fastest lap of... I believe that's the fastest lap outside the top 10.
Just for confirmation, Lopez was involved in the incident of Ollie retiring from the race. But it looks all good between the two drivers.
Yeah. I'll say hopefully nothing too serious. But worst case scenario could be, it could very well be a huge. It could be at least 2 or 3 penalty points there. I'm just double checking regarding fastest lap. And it's actually Danny that has the fastest lap outside the top 10 with a 20.6. So he's got the fastest lap outside the top 10. So massive hats off to him for that. So, wowzers. What a race that was.
Yeah.
So,
it's game on in the championship.
Yeah, game on. 8 races to go heading into Singapore. And on that note, folks, Harry, thanks very much for joining me for what was another classic to add to the tally.
Yeah, and thank you as always.
Yeah. Definitely looking forward to Singapore next week. We'll see what happens there. Thanks to you guys for watching at home. We have got the X2 getting underway at 8 p.m. at the Temple of Speed at Monza. So with all that in mind, thanks very much for watching, and we will see you guys next week. Good night.